Alright, so now let's go ahead and look at the max velocity phase. The max velocity phase is going to last from 3 to 4 seconds again. Now, as far as proper mechanics, the body now is in an upright position. We no longer have a forward lean, and the body is now upright, and our eyes should be looking down the track with our neck being still in a neutral position, and we're gonna have proper front side and back side mechanics. So we're at top speed right now. This is where we're gonna try to hold our top speed, and the mechanics that we're gonna use. Remember, we're gonna be in an upright position. We're gonna bring our feet and step over our knees and drive it straight back down to the ground, landing right underneath our hips. All right. So in this phase, I call it the float phase, whereas the athlete is gonna have a fast relax. And I will show you guys in the later videos, in a coordination video, of how to teach this skill. But we're gonna be stepping over our knees and making sure that we can maintain our top speed and still be relaxed. Okay, so it's tough to teach, but once you learn how to teach it, your athletes are times are gonna just drop and fall off, and they're gonna be so fast. But again, this phase lasts anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds. So you're talking about 30 to 40 meters. Ground contact, like I said, should be underneath the hips with the flex, with the foot being dorsiflexed. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at what the max velocity phase looks like. Remember, it's 3 to 5 seconds. We're at top speed, and ground contact now is underneath the hips. We are no longer pushing behind. We are pushing straight down to the ground with a dorsiflex ankle. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this and see how this looks. Alright, so here we are. We're going to look at the max velocity phase analysis, and let's look at Karima as she's at top speed here. Remember, our body's going to be in an upright position. The spine is in neutral position here. Again, she has proper front side mechanics with the ankle dorsiflexed. And also, looking back here at toe off, she had triple extension with the ankle plantar flex. Alright, we're talking about these arms here. The arms are going to be at 90 degrees. And the back arm can be from 90 to 120, and she's about 120. And we have proper front side and proper back side mechanics. Alright, so let's look at ground contact and those proper angles. Okay, just recap this real quick. All right, so the arms, the front side arm is at 90 degrees. The back side arm will be at from 90 to 120 degrees, and she's at 120 degrees. I can look at it and tell you. The knee here is extended, and the front side knee is flexed. All right, the front side ankle is flexed up, and the back side ankle is dorsiflexed or extended at the ankle. Alright, so let's go ahead and move to the next clip and see how she opens up and makes ground contact behind her hips. Now, this is what you don't want to see, and this is something that I need to work on with her about. She actually opens her hip up, her knee, too wide, too long. But the good thing about Karima, she actually lands underneath her hips. So it's not a biggie for me necessarily, but definitely in the drive phase, and she does the same thing in drive phase. But that's something that she needs to work on. But it's still good for you guys to see, so you understand how to make those corrections later on. All right, so let's look at here. She opens up, but she's gonna land underneath her hips. She's not on the ground yet. Now she's on the ground, and again, her body is in that upright position, and she's actually floating above the ground. She's no longer pushing back so much, but she's floating above the ground. Alright, so her body, a ground contact is underneath her hips. Now, what you do want to see as far as the backside mechanics, you want to see this ankle flexed up again, getting ready to make contact that comes through on the ground for the next leg. Alright, so meaning that you don't want this foot to keep coming up and kick her butt. You want it to come up about to the knee and then come on through again. Let me erase that so you can see this. So we don't want this knee to come up. We want it to stay about 90 degrees, and then come on through again so she can make a contact again down underneath her hips. All right, the arms are at 90. They're swinging forward, and she's pretty sound. All right, so remember, ground contact is now underneath the hips and not behind the hips. Let's move on. Let's see here. She's beginning to float. She's gonna come underneath. Does she land in front of herself? I think she's going to. Yeah, she's slightly in front of herself. All right, so that's something that she needs to work on, but it's still good for you to see. So her hips are right here, and that's a cricket line. Her hips are right here, and you want her toe to be right here already. Okay, so that's something that she needs to work on. But she is a very exceptional middle school runner. Most middle school runners don't run like this at all. She runs a 12.5. But most runners at her age, they don't run that fast, and they don't run as sound as she is. Okay, and you see her ankle is already flexed up again, and it's coming straight through. So a big problem with most runners, they have their ankle dorsiflex. Dorsiflex and butt kicking, and you don't want butt kicking. It causes a slow turnover. All right, and if you don't know what turnover is, a turnover is basically from stride to stride. Okay, so we want to get that ankle flexed up so we can pull it past his knee again. So we can pull it past his knee. All right, so we don't want our heel, our actual foot, no higher than your knee. All right, and she's slightly above, but trust me, guys, that's pretty darn good for someone at her level. All right, so that's the max velocity phase. Your body is upright. And you want to make ground contact underneath your hips. Okay, I know I threw a little bit of a video analysis in, but that's okay. We all learn. Okay, so but remember, ground contact will be underneath your hips. The arms gonna be at 90 as it swing through, and that's the gist of the max velocity phase. All right, it's called the float phase. That's what I call it, the float phase. All right, and I will show you guys how to float. I will show you guys how to teach it in the coordination video. But for now, just get an understanding of what the different phases are, and this is the max velocity phase. So let's go ahead and look at what the deceleration phase is.